Today, we're diving into one of the biggest changes in how we learn. We're talking about how the world's most famous universities are moving beyond their physical walls and creating digital campuses that really almost anyone can access. I mean, just think about it for a second. What if the knowledge, the lectures, the very core of an Ivy League education wasn't locked away on some distant campus, but was available to you right here, right now? Well, this isn't some far-off dream. It's the new reality we're breaking down today. To really get how huge this is, we first have to rewind and look at the old model, where, let's be honest, higher education was a privilege that very few people could ever access. For generations, getting into a place like Oxford or MIT wasn't just about being smart. It was a massive logistical and financial puzzle. It meant you had to physically be there. All that knowledge was tied to a specific set of buildings in a specific city. Yeah, the path was just packed with barriers. You had to completely uproot your life, somehow pass these ridiculously competitive entrance exams, and then figure out how to pay tuition fees that were, frankly, astronomical. These weren't just small hurdles. They were giant walls designed to keep this kind of education extremely exclusive. But then technology just changed the entire game. Suddenly, those old walls of the ivory tower started to crack because the campus itself started coming to us. And the key to this whole revolution is something called a MOOC. It stands for Massive Open Online Course. You've probably heard of platforms like Coursera or edX that pioneered this. The idea was so simple but so powerful. Take the best courses from the world's top professors and just put them online for anyone with an internet connection. All of a sudden, where you lived or how much money you had started to matter a whole lot less than your curiosity and a decent Wi-Fi signal. So who's actually taking these courses? Well, it's pretty much everyone. You've got students trying to get a leg up in their careers, professionals who need to stay sharp in fields that are constantly changing, and, of course, tons of lifelong learners who are just curious about anything from ancient philosophy to modern data science. The student body is now as diverse as the courses themselves. Now, of course, this new world of learning isn't a perfect utopia. It comes with its own set of challenges. It actually presents this really fundamental trade-off, a kind of dilemma that every single online student has to figure out. It all boils down to this central tension. On one side, you have this incredible ultimate flexibility. You can set your own schedule, learn from your couch, balance it with work and family. But on the other side of that freedom is the need for an equal amount of discipline. There's no professor looking over your shoulder. Your success or failure is completely up to you. And that flexibility is just so incredibly powerful. You know, this quote really says it all. For someone juggling a full-time job and a family, a traditional university schedule is pretty much impossible. Being able to learn on their own time isn't just a nice little perk, it's a life-changing opportunity. And this brings us to probably the most crucial point. Real learning isn't a passive activity. I mean, anyone can press play on a lecture video, right? That's the easy part. But that's not the same as actually learning. True understanding, that comes from actively engaging, from jumping into the discussion forums, wrestling with tough assignments, and trying to apply what you've learned. That's the effort that turns information into knowledge you'll actually keep. So this whole digital shift isn't just some side project for universities anymore. Nope. It's actively shaping the very future of what education is going to look like for all of us. You can actually see a really clear evolution happening here. First, we had the traditional, exclusive physical campus. Then came the MOOC disruption, which just blew the doors wide open and made learning a global thing. And now we're heading towards a hybrid model, an integrated approach that tries to take the best of both worlds, online and in person. And let's be clear, this is not a temporary fad. Major universities are actively building their futures around these hybrid models. They get that this kind of flexibility and accessibility is exactly what modern learners need, and they fully expect this trend to just keep on growing. So, what does all this mean for you? It means we are living in a brand new frontier of education, a time where the biggest barriers of the past have finally been torn down. This really captures the massive scale of this change. Taking down those historic barriers, the ones based on location, cost, and exclusivity, has become one of the most profound shifts of our time. The world's greatest minds and most famous lecture halls are now, quite literally, just one click away. So the final thought here is really for you. Whether you want to completely change your career, just get better at what you do, or simply learn something new for the fun of it, the opportunity is right there. The door is wide open. The only question left is, what are you going to learn first?